Hi YouTube family, welcome to On the Cusp with Daphne, a place where inspiration meets evolution. Now tell me, if she in Botswana can get a job offer, and if she in Uganda can get an interview, if she in South Africa can get a job interview, so if they collectively, alongside many others whom we know not of, can still keep getting these offers, why not you? These are the people who watch this video that I posted in February. We are now in mid-July and things are beginning to happen for them. And as I say, not everyone comes to the channel to tell me about their progress or their journey. Some I get to know of when they run into obstacles or into challenges. To me, they reach out to me to ask me for advice and ask me for tips and what to do next. This is how I get to know that actually progress is being made. So I thought to share these insights with you. So if they collectively, together with many others whom we know not of, because not everyone comes to share their stories and their success journeys. Some of them I get to hear of because they are stumbling into some obstacles and they need advice. Some are just sharing candidly. If they can get these things that we so badly want for everyone, have you ever considered what things could you do to also put yourself out there where you can be seen and be more visible and at least be identified for, at the very least, an interview, and hopefully more than one interview? That is my wish. So today I'm going to share with you some of the practical advice that you can implement today to maximize and optimize your chances of being seen as well, and hopefully being identified for these opportunities. This is not a matter of sheer luck, by the way. There's also preparation on your part and prerequisites that you need to meet in order to be considered for many of the things we're going to be touching on today. Stay tuned to the channel as I share these insights with you and give you tips, practical tips that you can implement today to maximize your chances of coming over to the UK.
Can do it like you.
If I may also ask you to please subscribe to the channel, like this video, as well as to comment below. So practical advice number one on how to secure a UK job offer, especially in the healthcare industry. Having spoken to a few employers, can you imagine some of the dilemmas they also face? Imagine yourself as an employer in the UK, coming across such excellent candidates who meet so many criteria that you've set out, such as experience, or suppose, let's not use experience as an excuse. Suppose you don't even need experience. You're that employer that does not even require experience from anyone, but the candidates you come across are willing, they're able, they've got good attitude, they've got clear TB tests in their home country, they have clear police clearance in their home countries. The only thing that is holding them back is the IELTS. So they're so good at the interview stages, we assume, and you offer them a job along with the certificate of sponsorship. So now your candidate needs to go and sit for their IELTS in their home country. First attempt, they don't do well. They go and resit for the second attempt. So can you imagine what's happening to the employer during that time? All the time wasted waiting for you to pass your IELTS. I'm sure you can see where this is going. So employers, having had their own experiences of having to wait for people once they've offered them a certificate of sponsorship, waiting for people to pass their IELTS, are now saying we need to be sure that you've got your IELTS in your possession, because that means you can travel sooner than someone who's still going to sit for their IELTS. Whilst IELTS is not really a job requirement for healthcare assistants, it's a requirement to register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council for nurses, but not so much for healthcare assistants. It's a requirement for immigration. Immigration will require for you to pass your UK VI IELTS in order to be able to come and undertake work in the UK. So number one tip for securing a UK job offer or securing an interview is to at least have your IELTS in order. Yes, it's expensive. It doesn't come cheap. it's something that you need to be absolutely sure of. If you're really invested in this process and feel it's something that is for you and it's something that you'd like to pursue with your might, it's something that you might just want to consider then, to have your IELTS in order. I, for one, think it's overpriced and wish it was not so expensive, because the cost of it is becoming a barrier to entry for many people out there. So, number one tip to secure a UK job offer or interview at the very least is to have your IELTS in order, provided you can afford it, provided you are fully invested in the process and it's something that you really want to take your chances on. And it's something that you feel is for you and you'd like to pursue. Number two tip in securing a UK job offer or at least an interview that I can share with you is do good housekeeping in terms of your digital life. By that I mean your social media. What do your social media accounts say about you? What sort of things do you post on your social media? Who are you? When potential recruiters, employers quickly look you up online, what do they see? What do they find? Are you the sort of person they would like to be associated with as an organization? Are your values aligned with what you say you want on paper? So be mindful of the things you post online. Just go back to your social media accounts. This is a very random tip and yet so real and so practical. It says a lot about you. These days, by the time people meet you in person, they've met you so many times online. They know so much about you already from the things we post about ourselves online. So be sure that you are representing the person you say you are on paper. Your social media accounts should be a reflection of who you truly are. And if there are things, perhaps some hate speech or some ignorant or biased statements and posts you've posted in the past, this could be the time for you to clean up your social media and represent yourself in a way that you feel represents you best. That is my number two tip for securing a UK job offer or an interview at the very least, which then leads to a UK job, right? You know, this is such an underestimated part of our lives and yet so powerful. So let's not underestimate the power of social media. It can make or break us. Talking of social media leads me to my next point, which I'm very passionate about. As someone who is looking to enter this professional realm of the healthcare industry, it's very important that you start to see yourself as a professional. It is not just a job. It really is a profession at the end of the day. So start affiliating or linking or associating yourself with other like-minded professionals like yourself. One of the many examples I'm going to give you is for you to have a LinkedIn profile. Create a LinkedIn profile for yourself where you are going to be seen by other like-minded people. It's going to put you in a space, in a sphere where other people like you where you'll see other people like you and you'll be seen as well by other people like yourself. This is the kind of place where even anybody whom you've never even met or thought you'll meet in your life can actually even tap you on the shoulder to say, hey, I see this is what you say you do, or this is who you say you are. You seem like the kind of person I could be interested in employing or in recruiting, just because you have created a good LinkedIn profile. Professionalize yourself. Take yourself as a professional. Start seeing yourself as a professional, behaving as such and hanging out in such spaces where you have an opportunity to be seen by like-minded people. And as such, optimizing your chances of coming over to the UK. I can tell you about the benefits of having a LinkedIn profile. They are endless. In fact, why don't you check out this video I've done on the benefits of having a LinkedIn profile. I'll leave you to do that at the end of the video. So this is my number 3 tip advice for securing a UK job offer or an interview, I keep saying, which then leads to a job offer. Ultimately, this is what we're hoping for. Number 4 tip on how to secure a UK job offer or an interview is to make sure you have It's so obvious and so basic and yet taken for granted. Have your passport in order. Have your passport in order. Go and get one now. Don't wait to apply for a passport when you are now offered a job. Have your passport in order before you apply for these jobs. I mean, most employers are not interested in how quickly your passport will come out once you apply. They just want to know that you have one that's ready for you to travel. So it's yet another time-consuming exercise in the eyes of recruiters or potential employers if you don't have one at the stages of applying. So you might as well get yourself one before you travel. And tip number 5 in securing a UK job offer or job interview is to have your police clearance ready. A question always arises, when is the best time to get a police clearance? I say get it now. If it means you need to get the second one shortly afterwards, once your job offer is out, you just don't know. It's just that whole situation of chicken and egg, but rather your employer knew that you've got one. I imagine the second one will come out quicker if you were to go for the second one. If you're doing it from South Africa, it costs about 60 rands. So it sounds like a small investment. Yes, it's money, it counts for something, but if you're wanting to streamline your affairs and tick those boxes, you might just want to say to employer, I've been cleared, I've got a clean police clearance. Because again, it's another thing that puts employers in limbo. Are they going to get a clear police clearance, or are they going to fail at that stage, our candidates? So best if you present these things, the evidence when you apply for these jobs. Because it's yet again another time-consuming exercise where somebody has to be in limbo whilst waiting for you, not knowing whether you're going to get a police clearance. So it's not different to an employer waiting for you to pass your IELTS. It's not different from an employer waiting for you to apply for your passport. It's not different from an employer waiting for you to get cleared by the police clearance in your country, in your home country. So I'm hoping with these 5 tips, you'll be able to optimize your chances of coming over to the UK sooner than you think, and simply cannot wait to have you on board on the UK shores. Hopefully it's sooner, like many other people who are already saying they're on the way in. This video wouldn't be complete without me throwing in a bonus tip for you. My bonus tip is please read. Please read. Not read because you're trying to achieve something academically or you're trying to pass a test or an exam. I'm not talking about that reading, no. Read because you're trying to broaden your mental horizon. Read because you're strengthening your mental strongholds. Read in order to be able to help yourself to handle rejection. Read to empower yourself in ways that will help you to manage feelings of rejection when you are being unsuccessful from one interview to the other. Read other people's stories, especially successful people, and realize just how much adversity they had to face in their lives and rejection, much as you feel like perhaps this is not working out for you just yet. It's also nice to see what journeys other people have undertaken to be where they are. Read for leisure, read for relaxation, read for the love of books. This is something I'm very passionate about. I grew up being a reader of books, and I'm still so thankful to this day that this passion of mine has not really faded, but time is trying to now rob me of this beautiful and lovely hobby of mine. But I'm fighting back. I am not giving up the time. I would be so interested to know what books you are reading, or what was the last book you read and you enjoyed. And as such, I'll be able to share with you what mine have been. A very lovely friend, a very good and dear friend of mine recently shared something so special, because again, I was talking about books. It's very rare these days that you can stand in front of people socially and talk about your love for books openly, and people can engage you meaningfully. Either you're labeled as a nerd, or you're labeled as boring, or whatever the case might be. Be it as it may, I will declare my love for books, and wherever possible, I do share books with people. I do share and even ask for insights on what books are they reading, or check. I'm that person when I visit you, I like to scout your bookshelf and see what's on it. I'm the person who visits you, and the first thing I like, when you probably go to the kitchen, when you disappear, the first thing I like to do is to scout, to see what's on your shelf. yeah, just go on your shelf and see what's on your shelf. It's quite enlightening. Books are enlightening, friends. Books are empowering. Books are enlightening. Don't read because we're reading for an exam alone, but books overall are just a whole new world. We could talk the whole night if we were to talk about books. A dear friend of mine shared something so great that I knew nothing of. I'll find the link. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description below. But she shared a helpful tip with me, and all the people I've shared this tip with lately are so thankful because they're finding each and every book they ever wanted. Thank you, Z, for telling me about the Z library, because again, I was discussing books with her, my love for books with her, and she asked me if I've ever heard of the Z library, I think it's called, and I said no. And I've since shared it with several other people. They are benefiting, and it is beautiful. You just, any book you want, you can read there. There's no reason not to read. There's no excuse. I've given you a resource. Thank you to this dear friend of mine that shared this with me, and as such, I'm sharing with you. Remember to subscribe to the channel, share this video, like, and share your insights as well. And tell me, what was the last book you read, or what book are you currently reading? Look forward to your meaningful engagements. I'm hoping you will be able to implement these tips meaningfully and find value in this video. Don't forget to like this video, to share, and to subscribe, especially. Looking forward to our meaningful engagements.
No one can do it like you.